right, and here we go. We're starting off with what NECA has on display here. You can see these were already announced. I think they were coming through as a Target exclusive. And then over here, we got some more on the cartoon line. Look at that Garfield and Odie in here joining the Turtles as well as Wingnut and Screwloose. And then we got the El Mysterio. I think this was teased at Toy Fair, so we already saw this with Ace Duck here and the wrestling line. Down here, we get the Robo Toka and Razar from the cartoon series. I think this is the first time we're seeing these, as well as the Granny, Bebop, and Rocksteady. Here we go. We have the Bogus Beach Bro Slash. And then you can see that Bodacious Beach Brothers in the box art. And then over here, we have some, I think these are the SDCC exclusives of Chucky and Tiki Terror, and then the Bride of Frankenstein. And over here, we have the 2023 Turtles display. You can see them with the little foot soldiers in there. I think most of these we saw at Toy Fair already, but this is the first time we're seeing this awesome display there. You got Shredder, you have all the different foot soldiers, you have all the Turtles in this entire line. Below that, you got the Night Watchers for the Last Ronin Lost Line series. These are already been released. Then we're going to scroll up here, and we have some more from the Usagi Yojimbo series. I'm not sure if we saw these at Toy Fair. I can't remember. But we're seeing them here. They're all coming out this year, later on in the year. So we should be seeing them on shelves soon. Down here, we got the Eastman and Laird collection. So there's Nobody, Ultimate Casey Jones. We have Cyborg Dan, Raphael as Shredder, and then Kari Karai. I never know if I'm saying that right. Down here, what I'm most excited about, we have our last Ronin figures. So we have the Ultimate Michelangelo. Now he's wearing his, Wanderer gear. So we haven't seen that version of the figure yet. We saw this one teased relatively recently, and this is going to be Casey Marie from the Lost Years. And that's coming with Baby Odin and Uno. And then we have the big versions of the new Last Ronin Turtles, which are teased for next year. So you can see them all here on display for the first time. Up here, we're seeing more production-ready versions of the horror line that we saw at Toy Fair. This is being called the Ultimate Two-Headed Turtle Monster. We have that Krang as the Metaluna Mutant, so that's continuing on the Universal horror line. The Dracula we already saw, but this is the SDCC version. I'm sorry, this is the regular version. There's a Target version too, my correction here. Down here, it looks like we got some of the Turtles movie figures being reissued. These were already out. These are some accessories that were exclusive to the accessory set that is coming along with these. And you can see it down here of the individual packaging for the ultimate version of these characters for the movie. Now, of course, there is another set. You could get this larger box set that has all these as well, including that limited Splinter that was in that Loot Crate exclusive. We'll be showing you that soon. We got one of those waiting to go for a review. Down here, you got the new Superman here and a large quarter-scale action figure. And then we got the Stitch Elvis set with some of these like Toonie Terror style Batman figures. We see Penguin, we see Catwoman, we see Batman. And then over here, we have the Sesame Street line. So we have our Count, we have the Bert, and then we have the Ernie. And now I think some of the new figures here, and I don't know all the names. I know Oscar, I know Big Bird, and I know Grover over here, but I don't know the rest of them. So you guys can fill them in the comments. All right, expanding on what we saw last year with the Dante Inferno Room, Beetlejuice. Now we got the Bob and the other versions, Jeff, Dave, the other Bobs, essentially. We have the recent reveals for the Matador Beetlejuice with the Sandworm. Down here, we have some more of the Universal Monsters line. So we have, most of these I think were released. This one has not, the Mask of Red Death, Phantom of the Opera. And the Metaluna Mutant I don't think is out yet. And then the Invisible Man is the ultimate, so the new version of him. Down here we have sort of the classic packaging for the monsters. And then we just have some box art for the Beetlejuice figures and the classic monsters there. And then up here we have some more of their line that's already available. So I'm not going to spend too much time on that. More of the Ben Cooper series. Some of these are relatively new, and they've just come out. Some of them are Comic-Con exclusives. This line has been growing like crazy. So if you're a fan of this line, it's a good time to be a fan of this line because it's really extensive at this point. All right, some more of the Toonie Terror line. We have all the Terrifiers, a ton of them, including the Ultimate versions. Some of these are coming out later in the year. And we have the Welcome to Derry version of Pennywise that will be coming out next year here. We'll go a little zoom in, so if you want to see some of the heads that are coming with it there, you can see all those. And then down here we have the Evil Dead next to the Devil's Rejects. Over here we have the Texas Chainsaw Massacre figures. These are all available now. Down here we have the What We Do in the Shadows, and this is later this year. This should be fall. So this is all in packaging. I don't think we've seen the packaging before. And then down here we have some more packaging. Over here, these are available now. This is from the Howling and American Werewolf in London. These are some of their great core figures that they have. Then up here, some more of their horror line, including Ghostface Killer and the, I forget what his name is, the Thanksgiving Killer, the Megan action figure, and then their extensive Halloween line from all the classic and the modern versions as well. And then over here, of course, Friday the 13th. And here we have some new Predator. This is from Hunting Grounds over here. You can see him in his little armor. Over here we have the Badlands Predator with Tia is her name, and Bud, this little creature. And then we have the Alien Romulus Xenomorph, along with the ceiling version one here that we have suspended in the lab. This is the first time I think we're seeing it in person. So it's hard to apologize for the glare, but this is the best we could do here. We have some of the Jaws stuff. This is their poster display piece. This is coming out later this year. We have that Game of Jaws. It's available now. That's really cool. Look at all those little pieces that you can find in them here. And over here we have Quint and Hopper. These are both available now. Down here we have a large Chucky and Tiffany with the Good Guy Dolls Blind Box series. These are all going to be available later this year. And over here we have some Juliana and Wednesday. Some of these are going to be available at the end of this year. Over here we have the Golden Girls 4-pack. I'm not sure if this was shown off yet. This is the first time I'm seeing it, at least. Down here we have the box for some of the Romulus stuff. Most of this has been out already, I believe. Up here we have the Munsters, the newer version. This is going to be available later this year. So we got Grandpa and Herman. We have RoboCop from the poster series. And then this is new. I haven't seen this yet. The Room with a View, Gryffindor Common Room from the Harry Potter series coming out later this year. That's kind of cool. Very tiny scale. I think it's more of just a display piece. It's got lights in it. So fun little display piece, I guess. But it doesn't look like has any functional characters or anything that move around.